Leon the assassin is assigned to warn a large, tall mafia leader. The mob boss and his gang entered a hotel later that day. One of his goons contacts him while he is relaxing at the hotel to inform him that someone is looking for him, and then we see Leon holding the goon at gunpoint. The mob boss then agrees to meet Leon and gives the order for all of his men to wait, but in a split second, Leon kills all of his men. The leader is scared at the sound of gunfire and gathers all his men to pursue Leon as he makes plans to escape. Leon was able to kill all of his men one by one. When the mob boss discovered that all of his men were dead, he made an emergency call and warned the police that he was in danger of being killed. Before he could report on his current situation, Leon was standing behind him and holding a knife to his throat. Then Leon informed him that his job was to warn him, not to kill him. Leon continues by telling him to leave the city immediately if he still wants to live. Leon returns to his apartment after completing his mission. He runs into a young girl named Matilda just as he is about to enter his room. Leon asked Matilda what happened because her face was bruised. Leon's neighbor Matilda experiences frequent abuse from her parents. When Leon inquires if she is alright, she responds by telling him not to worry. A gang of dishonest DEA officers emerged from Matilda's home after Leon went to his room. They went to see her father since he had been charged with stealing their illegal items. Stan, the police chief, threatens her father, saying that if he doesn't provide the goods by tomorrow at noon, something bad will happen to him. Her angry father vented his rage on Matilda as Stan and his men left. Leon saw the event from behind the door to his house. Then Leon closes his window, moves his favorite plant, and organizes all of his weapons. He prepares to take a nap and go to bed. As a hitman, Leon is constantly on alert, sleeps on a chair instead of his bed, keeps one eye open, and always wears his spectacles. Matilda resides with her problematic, self-centered family. Her father, stepmother, and older sister don't give a damn about her. But her younger brother is the only one she truly cares about. She is quite bored on that particular morning and wants to watch her favorite cartoon series, but her sister is watching TV. She changed the channel as a result, and her sister spanked her for it. When Matilda steps outside, she unintentionally encounters Leon. Matilda approached Leon, who offers to buy him some milk and informs him that she is going to buy groceries. Matilda smiles as she heads downstairs to the supermarket. Stan and his crew arrived at the same time. When they enter Matilda's home in search of her father, they immediately shoot her mother and older sister. Stan then approaches Matilda's father, who is visibly shaken. Stan asks him where he concealed their illegal stuff. But the man chose to keep quiet. Stan orders his men to search the entire house. One of Stan's men tries to check on the bed, where Matilda's brother is hiding. At that precise moment, Matilda's father fires his gun at Stan. Stan's hand was hurt by one of the shots he was able to fire at them. Her brother who attempted to flee was also shot dead. Her father was finally killed after an attempt to defend himself. Matilda returns to her home shortly after buying groceries. She pretends not to care when she sees her slaughtered family. She continues walking towards Leon's chamber to avoid suspicion from Stan's gang. Matilda pressed Leon's doorbell and begs to let her in. Leon appears uncertain about whether to let Matilda in or not when she approaches his door. Leon eventually lets Matilda enter. As soon as Stan and his guys left, Matilda started crying since her beloved brother had passed away. Leon then tried to comfort her. Matilda accidentally opens Leon's gun case as Leon gets milk from the kitchen. Then Matilda asks Leon about his actual job. Leon responds that he is a cleaner, and she knows that Leon is actually a hitman. She asks Leon how much he gets paid for doing his work. Leon responds that he typically receives $5,000 per head. Leon tells Matilda to get some rest since he doesn't want their conversation to go any farther. The next day, shortly after Matilda awakens, she approaches Leon and asks if she had money, if he would kill the man that killed her brother. Leon rejects her and instructs Matilda to forget the events of yesterday. Then, after telling him that she would like to be a hitwoman like Leon, she takes Leon's gun and shoots it outside to make her point. Leon is in a state of shock as he watches her. Because of her actions, Leon makes the decision to leave his house and takes Matilda with him. They later arrived at a hotel. Matilda claims to be Leon's daughter who is getting ready to start music school after spotting the musical instrument case Leon is holding, which actually houses Leon's weaponry. In order to prevent noise from disturbing other hotel guests, the hotel receptionist then offers them a room towards the end of the building. Leon finally consented to teach Matilda how to operate a sniper because of her intense desire to become an assassin. Leon asks Matilda to choose a target after thoroughly describing how to use the sniper. Leon told Matilda that he does not shoot women or children before she decided on a victim. Matilda picks a councilman who is exercising with his bodyguards. All of the councilman's bodyguards raced to defend him after realizing how easily Matilda could shoot her target, but what has been fired was only a paintball. Matilda continued her training with Leon, including physical preparation, weapon maintenance, and learning how to maintain a healthy body by drinking milk regularly. One day, Leon reveals to her that the plant he usually carries is his favorite, thus Matilda must care for it as well. Leon meets a man named Tony. Tony served as Leon's point of contact for all of his clients. Tony and Leon were so close that Leon trusted Tony with all of his money. Tony believes Leon has a girlfriend when Leon shows up one day asking for some of his money. Tony cautions Leon to always be careful with women. Leon is adamant about the fact that he doesn't have a girlfriend. It comes out that Leon used the cash to purchase a dress for Matilda. Leon's attitude toward Matilda evolves throughout time as he develops a love and caring for her. The next day, Matilda visits her home and retrieves a few items, including her late brother's teddy bear. She also removes the cash that was stashed beneath the floor. As she is preparing to leave the house, some police came investigating her family's death, and she hides behind a wall. Stan, who was also questioned regarding the death of the family, appeared unhappy when he was asked to provide a statement. He tells them that they are wasting his time and invites them to meet him in his office if they still need his testimony. After leaving, Matilda follows Stan. Matilda learned the location of Stan's workplace. Matilda asks Leon to kill Stan and gives him a wad of cash that she took from their house. Matilda then told Leon where Stan's office is located. Leon declines Matilda's request, stating that she should move on from the incident and that there is no purpose in seeking vengeance. Leon declines, so she then begs him to lend her his gun so she can shoot Stan by herself. Leon rejects her, however, Matilda is still able to use her own gun. She then bets against Leon while aiming the gun on her own head. Leon must be willing to live with her and teach her to be an assassin if she does not pass away from the gunshot. If she die then, Leon can go back to his regular life. Leon successfully stops her from firing the gun as she is about to do so. Leon was compelled to comply with Matilda's request. Leon then drives her to meet Tony and informs him that she will now be doing all of his work since his hand is hurt and he needs an assistant. Tony initially refuses because Matilda is still a minor. Matilda, however, tells a lie and claims to be 18 years old. Matilda then starts assisting Leon in taking out each of his targets. Matilda is now becoming accustomed to her job as time passes. Every time she goes on a mission with Leon, she is aware of what needs to be done, such as preparing the necessary weapons or covering the door with gum. One day, Leon meets Tony again. In the event that he fails and die while performing his job, he told Tony to give Matilda all of the money he has saved. Tony pledges to do Leon's instructions at his request. After that, Leon returns to the hotel where he encounters Matilda. Leon then asks Matilda to stay at the hotel for the next job because the work he is performing is very difficult and dangerous. Matilda contemplates in her hotel room, acting as if she hasn't let go of her grudge towards Stan. Matilda debated for a while before deciding to go see Stan at his workplace. That afternoon, she manages to trick the guards by concealing all of her weapons in a snack bag. When Matilda learns where Stan is, she decides to pursue him. Stan is actually already in the restroom when Matilda enters. He was well aware of she was following him. He asks Matilda's purpose, and she responds that he killed her brother and she wants to seek revenge. After hearing her words, Stan offers to take her to join him if she decides she misses her brother. Stan raises his gun to Matilda, but out of the blue, one of his guys shows up to tell him that Malky, his right-hand man, was killed. While Malky is negotiating a significant transaction with the Chinese mafia, he was killed while on an undercover mission. Stan is unaware that Leon is the hitman who killed his right-hand man. Being crushed by the news of his men's deaths, Stan decides not to kill Matilda, but he instructs his men to take her to his room and promises to take care of her later. Let's go back to Leon, who just checked into his hotel room and discovered a letter from Matilda. Matilda apologizes to Leon in the letter for leaving to vengeance and kill Stan. After that, Leon dashes to Stan's workplace to save Matilda. After arriving, Leon assaults the guards before killing the two members of Stan's team who were with Matilda at the time. Leon eventually succeeded in rescuing Matilda and returning her home safely. Later on that day, Matilda asks Leon about his first kill. Leon admits that he once loved a woman. Leon came from a poor family, thus his girlfriend's father was against their relationship. As she kept seeing him, his father's girlfriend killed her. In the end, Leon killed the father of his girlfriend as an act of revenge, and ever since, his life has changed. Like his father, who had previously worked with Tony, he moved to America and began working. We move to Tony, who is having a birthday party with several children. Stan and his guys arrive to inquire about the assassin who killed one of their men. Stan also told him that a 12-year-old girl came to his office earlier today to kill him. Stan claims that some of the information he got refers to an Italian hitman, and Tony must be aware of who he is. Matilda prepares to go to the store the next day to buy milk and other needs. Leon then informs Matilda of the code they had agreed upon for the door knock, so that he would be aware of her return. Unbeknownst to Matilda, Stan is standing nearby and keeping an eye on her when she returns with her groceries. Stan gathers a squad of special forces to find Leon. The special forces captured Matilda and obtained some information from her to prevent Leon from learning of their presence. To alert Leon that they are in danger, she told the squad a wrong knock code. The soldiers attempt to enter but are unable to find Leon. The moment the door shut, the room erupted with gunfire, rendering several members of the special forces unconscious. Stan is then informed by the leader of the special forces that some of his men have been killed, and he gives the order to call up all of the special forces in order to arrest Leon. Once more, some of the soldiers try to break into Leon's room, but none of them are able to kill him, so they become scared. When the leader of the special forces team asks one of his guys to step forward, Leon immediately points a gun at him. Since they are cornered, they eventually agree with Leon's orders to release Matilda. Leon takes the man as hostage and uses him as bait to deflect attention. Leon then breaks open the air duct wall. After wrapping and dropping his favorite plant, he instructs Matilda to go down first. Matilda instantly understood that Leon wouldn't be able to fit through the air duct opening. She says she wants to stay with Leon and refuses to go down. Leon promises to catch up with her as soon as he finishes off the cops, and told her to wait for him at Tony's house. He promises to return and live with her with the savings he left in Tony's care. Just as Matilda steps down the air duct, a missile is launched at Leon. The police were still unable to locate him in spite of everything. As they pick up their search again, a wounded cop is discovered to be hurt. Unaware that the man is Leon in disguise, they hurry to help him. Since they had never seen Leon's face, none of them could recognize him. He left quickly after managing to escape the Special Forces squad. Matilda eventually succeeds in escaping, after which she heads over to Tony's house. Returning to Leon, he merely needs to exit the building by taking a few more steps. Stan, with a rifle cocked and leveled towards him, is hiding behind him. Stan manages to shoot Leon and knock him down. In his final moments, Leon hands Stan something, telling Stan that it is something from Matilda. Stan discovers that it is a grenade trigger ring when he opens the hands. The explosion killed both Leon and Stan. At the end of the movie, Matilda runs into Tony, who informs her that he will take care of her and give her the money Leon left for her. Tony tells her to return to school and that she is welcome to come and get the money from him every month. After all is said and done, Matilda goes back to her school and plants Leon's favorite plant there.